Hello, incredible English faculty. Welcome to English 114 and 115. I couldn't be more excited to share with you today your course packet. Now, English 114 and 115 are two new composition courses. They follow our composition series, Composition 1 and Composition 2. Now, within these series, what we're really striving to do is empower our students to not teach them how to perform writing, but rather to teach them how to go through the creative and critical struggles of the writing process with confidence and purpose. As we all know, as writers and thinkers, the writing process is unique. The classic 5-paragraph essay is a strange and foreign object in the quote-unquote real world, and writing is truly a process that bends and molds and shifts and dips and changes depending on who you're writing to and why you're writing in the first place. And we need to prepare our students for that complexity, for that diversity, and for that possibility and opportunity. Your course packet is a tool which you can use to achieve that very purpose. Now, within your course packet for your course, you'll find each area of the classroom broken down into folders. And within each, you'll find both examples of what other faculty have done in the past, as well as some strategies and guidelines to help you develop your own approach. The most important thing that I can stress about your course packet is that very rarely will you find a straight up copy-paste template. Instead, what we're doing here is using this course packet as an opportunity to learn about different approaches, to develop our own ideas, and ultimately for you to take these ideas and make them your own. Because nothing is more important to your students' learning experience than you. And because there's no one quite like you, there's no one who's going to bring the virtual classroom to life in the way that you can. So let's take a look and see what's in your course packet and the resources that you'll have at your disposal. So when you get your course packet, there'll be several different folders. The folder that says Start Here, I highly recommend starting there. Now within this course packet, you'll find the overview videos, which students can see in the mobile app. You'll also find faculty expectations that clarify what the expectations are for each of these courses. You'll also find IntelliPath best practices, a checklist to help you develop your plan and your approach, especially if this is your first time teaching 114 and 115. You'll also find a lesson summary. While we're still getting used to and learning the ins and outs of IntelliPath and the stories that students will find there, this provides a really great summary not only of the lessons that students are working on, but ultimately the content that they'll be learning and the avatars that they'll be following. And this can be a great resource for helping you not only develop your resources, but also to speak to students about what they're learning and experiencing within the virtual classroom. You'll also find a document that breaks down different approaches. So instead of X, let's try Y. So we've learned that Y is going to be a little bit more successful in these courses. And in another video, we'll go over in more detail your instructional strategy. But you'll find these two documents there to help you both understand what an instructional strategy is and how to build one, and a resource for you to develop your own if you choose to. Now you'll also find other goodies. So you'll find images, for example. If you're teaching 114, these will be George, but you'll find images that are from our avatars, and you can include these images in your classroom if you would like. You'll also find unit resources. These are additional goodies that you can use in any area of the classroom that you choose to give your students further support. Many of these resources can also be found in the assignment list. It's just handy to have them here in case you want to review them, use them, or offer them to students in another way. Now going through the classroom, starting with the announcements, you'll see the cadence here. You'll see best practices and strategies followed by sample announcements that you can use and build upon. The same is true with various other areas. In the discussion boards, for example, you'll have best practices for the discussion boards, examples of faculty and student conversations, as well as sample initial posts to help you get started. For grading feedback, likewise, you'll have our best practices, criteria and examples, and a really fantastic walkthrough PowerPoint presentation that helps to break down the difference between the gradebook and the discussion board. IntelliPath is one of our most fantastic learning tools, but it can be tricky to figure out how to use it well as an instructor, and that's where this section will come in handy. You'll see best strategies and examples. You'll have sample messages here that you can build upon, as well as some further guidance on how you can meet IntelliPath expectations and why meeting those expectations is so important. And you'll also find help with outreach. Outreach is absolutely critical to your success as an instructor in these courses as well as your students' success. The virtual classroom can be a strange place without guidance, and that's exactly what you are. We are not sage on the stage, we are guides on the side, and our outreach is the single most important thing we can do to open the doors to our classroom and invite our students in. Your classroom is an amazing space. It's a party. It's a place everyone wants to be at, but we have to open the door and get our students in, and that's where your outreach comes into play. So outreach, from motivational messages to Monday emails to growth mindset inspired check-ins, can all be a great way to connect with your students as human beings, help them take that first step forward in the class, guide them through the course, and of course, and most importantly, help them hold on to their why and stay motivated, especially when things get tough. And we know, as writers, that things are going to get tough. Writing is an exercise in failure, but to quote the brilliant John Warner, it is a noble failure. And our work with our students in Messenger, in email, and throughout different outreach platforms helps our students continue to strive and shifts their mindset to one where they can try, fail, and in failing succeed again and again and again. So in other words, use your course packet. Take a look at all of the different resources that you have at your disposal. Use your instructional strategy to develop a way for you to be successful and use these resources. And as you grow more comfortable, develop and build upon them. Make them your own. I can't wait to see the great work that you do in your classroom this session. I can't wait to learn and grow with you. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to reach out. I am here to support you. And I know that you and your students are going to have an amazing time learning, writing, growing, and striving in your English course this session.